My name is Reverend Dr. Barry King, and I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I'd like to share with you companion video number 2 for Living as Spirit. And today's video is You Are More Than Your Thoughts. In this reflection, I want to invite you to explore one of the most quietly liberating realizations on the spiritual path. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that notices them. This may sound simple, and it is, but it is also deeply transformative when it begins to land, not just as an idea, but as a lived experience. Most of us have spent much of our lives believing that our thoughts tell us who we are. We listen to them as if they are facts, as if every thought carries truth and authority. I'm not doing enough. I should be farther along by now. I always mess things up. I don't belong. I'm failing. When these thoughts appear, the body reacts. The heart tightens. The nervous system responds as if something real and threatening is happening. But pause for a moment and notice something very important. If you can hear a thought, if you can notice it arising, then it cannot be who you are. There is something within you that is aware of thinking itself. That something is consciousness. That something is awareness. That something is you as spirit. Thoughts come and go. They arise and they fall. Some are useful. Some are creative. Some are protective. And some are simply old habits repeating themselves. But awareness does not come and go. It is the steady presence that has been with you since childhood, watching thoughts change, beliefs shift, emotions rise and fall, identities form and dissolve. Here's a very ordinary example. You lie awake at night. The room is quiet, but your mind is not. Thoughts begin to replay the day, anticipate tomorrow, revisit old conversations, imagine future problems, and then, maybe only for a second, something notices. My mind is very busy right now. That noticing is your awareness. It is not trying to fix the thoughts. It is not judging them. It is simply seeing them. That moment of seeing creates space. And in that space, you are no longer completely lost inside the thought stream. You are standing back just enough to recognize, I am the one noticing this. This doesn't mean your thoughts stop. It doesn't mean you suddenly feel peaceful. It doesn't mean you've failed if the mind keeps talking. It simply means you have remembered who you are beneath the noise. Being human means having a thinking mind. Minds think. That's their job. They evaluate, they compare, predict, worry, remember, imagine. There is nothing wrong with that. Suffering begins when we forget that we are more than the mind. When a thought says, I'm not good enough, and we believe it completely, that thought becomes our identity. But when we recognize I'm having a thought that says, I'm not good enough, something softens. The thought loses some of its power, not because you fought it, but because you saw it clearly. Awareness does not need to argue with the mind. It does not need to silence it. It simply notices. And noticing changes the relationship. Over time, this gentle noticing creates freedom. Thoughts still arise, and they are no longer the unquestioned rulers of our inner world. They become experiences moving through awareness rather than definitions of who we are. You may still feel doubt. You may still fear and feel that. And you may still feel uncertainty. But beneath all of that, there is a steady presence that remains untouched. That presence is not cold or distant. It is compassionate. It is patient. It is quietly loving. It does not shame you for struggling. It does not abandon you when thoughts become dark or repetitive. It simply stays. So when your mind becomes loud, you might gently say, I notice that I'm thinking. And I am the awareness that notices these thoughts. Then breathe. You don't need to fix anything in that moment. You don't need to make the thought disappear. Just remembering who you are is enough. Because the truth is simple and deeply freeing. You are not the thought. You are the awareness noticing the thought. You are consciousness, steady, present, and whole. And as that realization slowly settles, life begins to feel a little bit more spacious, a little more forgiving, a little less heavy. Not because life stops being human, but because you are no longer mistaking every thought for who you are. And that quietly changes everything. Thank you for allowing me to share. I wish you love and joy, and hug someone you love. Thank you.